What's up, everybody? I am in Los Angeles today with a member of the legendary Pharcyde, Bootie Brown. Thanks for meeting with me today.
Peace.
Can you kind of take me back to how you and the Pharcyde linked up?
So basically we were in, like a whole nother group before. We called 2 for 2, and it was basically we all were dancers.
Right.
And it was a guy named Robert Vincent that was in the group at the time, and that's where people saw like Living Color and that kind of stuff. Met Fat Lip because he basically was trying to, he had a show that he wanted to do. He wasn't called Fat Lip at the time. He was Jammer D. So he approached me and Robert to come dance for him at the show. So that was kind of introduction in meeting Fat Lip.
Okay.
Now, for whatever coincidence that was going around, Jay Swift was coming out of Locke High School, and he just was trying to get certain things together. So we saw Jay Swift. He approached us. He was like, "Man, have you guys ever thought about doing rap?" And we was like, "Man, we're dancing. We never really thought about it. Blah blah blah." A lot of politics going on at the time, so we kind of realized, like, you know what, dancing is cool for everybody, but let's think about this rapping thing. So at the same time, Jay Swift was talking to Fat Lip about doing production. So it was just weird because that whole little circle kind of came together because Jay Swift was asking people what did they want to do or whatever. And Robert eventually wanted to keep dancing, and he was just like, man, you know, I'm really into dance and stuff, so he went to go dance for like Madonna, go dance with Janet Jackson, stuff like that. And we just kept with the group thing. So then at the time, we were always hanging out with Fat Lip, so it's like, it's only natural that, man, you should kind of join the group to kind of make it a unit. You're trying to do it, we're trying to do it, let's all kind of combine forces to kind of get the best results.
How did you get your deal with Delicious Vinyl?
We got it through this guy, Lamar. Well, real story. Full story. We was going out with this group called the Gang of Textbooks that was out here. This baller kind of dude had like some money he was putting into this dude. And at the time, San Francisco used to do this thing called the Gavin. And so we went to the Gavin, was dancing for a homeboy, Gang of Textbooks, whatever. At that time, we saw Razzcast, which his name was Raisin at the time. That's how we knew him. He was dancing with a group called Dynamic Soul. So Razzcast, we was out there. He's like, what you doing, blah, blah. At that time, like I said, we had kind of figured out that we wanted to try to get rap. We was trying to get signed. I'm going to say from the period of my last question, it was about four and a half, maybe 5 years had passed. And so, we was just like, yo, man, we trying to get signed. What's going on? And he was just like, there's this dude named Paul Stewart that's upstairs. It was Paul Stewart, Sheena Lester. Who else was there? Can't even think. I want to say Albie was there. Some people from Tommy Boy. And it was just like the whole little underground movement at that time. So we went at the room and just like, they was like, yo, I was like, yo, Razzcast, so he was here, you know what I'm saying? We come to just put it down. So we just rapped Your Mama, just kind of acapella it, just dancing on beds, whatever. And then when we came back 2 weeks later, Paul Stewart had like deals on the plate for us, like what you want to do, kind of, sort of.
Right.
And so eventually all that led to the signing of Delicious Vinyl.
When you put out Bizarre Ride to the Pharcyde, what was your creative process? Did you guys go in with an idea, or was it kind of?
No, I think like a lot of people's first record, why it's kind of iconic, is because, especially with today's pace, is like you have to be in such a fast pace to turn a record out, and so usually your first record, I mean, what I experienced from a lot of people, it's like a 5-year process. So it's like a lot of years going into just knowledge and thinking about whatever. And so you have time to just work out the different directions you want to go, kind of piece things together. So by us having to wait 5 years and then maybe a year to do the record, I think we just had enough time to prep for what it was. But it wasn't anything like we subconsciously was like, this is how it's going to be, blah, blah, blah. And it wasn't like that. It just kind of came together, and I think we had enough time to basically come out with a decent project.
Looking back, were you happy with how the project was received?
I mean, of course you want everything to do better, because I saw people around that I felt like our album was kind of equal to. So of course, candidly speaking, like, you're always going to be somewhat jealous of somebody else's outcome. The grass is greener. But then, in hindsight, I'm just saying we're able to still go out and do stuff with it. We're still able to just do what we can. Like, I can't hate it. Like, it's giving me exactly what I've been able to do now, and just be able. So, it wasn't finished, actually. Like, we still wanted time to do a couple of songs that we couldn't get together. But I think that was the only immediate heartbreak after we did it. Was just like, man, we got a few more songs we like to throw on it, and wasn't able to, because they were just like, it's time to put it out. It's like window.
Looking back, what would you change about the album, if anything?
I wouldn't change anything, and I wouldn't add anything. I mean, to be honest, like, I don't listen to the album that much.
Really?
No, I mean, I did at one period. I mean, I do the songs, but like full listen on through. No, I don't do that, because I never. My intention, I mean, I can't speak about other members, but my intention was to never do the same thing twice. I just thought that was corny.
Right.
Just, I mean, I think that you gotta try different stuff, and so that's why from Bizarre Ride to Lab Cabin was so different, and Lab Cabin to Plain Rap. I just felt like you just wanna just change the narrative, and express something more than just being the same. Like, I mean, I don't think anybody's the same. You know what I'm saying? From high school to college, you're different. From college to being a full adult, you're different. From being a full adult with young kids to being a full adult with grown kids, you're different. So it's like, you need something to, if you're going through all those changes, I feel like it's a must that you represent those changes.
Right.
Because if you don't, like, it's like you're living something that, you're 60 years, like Madonna trying to be Iggy Azalea or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
like you can't do that. Like,
right.
You can't represent that same thing. And the record company or people around you, because their financial security rests upon you delivering the same type of thing, they push you in that direction. So you just headbutt with people when you're trying to experiment and trying to do something different. And that's basically the situation where I felt the situation kind of got to.
Right.
Cool. It happens.
Right.
It happens, for sure.